ever ready when I hit that live button. Hey, I ain't never ready when I hit that button. Hey, but I'm always live when I hit that button. Oh, I just got tired. I was feeling good, but I'm a little sleepy. I was a little sleepy. I'm still feeling good. How y'all doing? Hello, welcome to my channel. Yes, I am still wearing this shirt. I'm doing laundry today, so feel free to judge. But I don't really care. Um, let's see. I know. Oh, I'll pull these. I know I want the. Oh no, I want those cards. I know exactly what cards I want. Yep, these are the ones I want. And then I want. Oh, and I'll pull these too. Not those. So I wasn't gonna go live, believe it or not, until like the third decan of Pisces rolled around. But I went to go toast some toaster pastries, and it just kind of hit me that, I mean, like, y'all know that Mercury is sliding into Aquarius. It's about to slide into Aquarius. It's at like 0 degrees Pisces right now. So it's about to, go up for a breath of air, which is very interesting and needed. Honestly. Excuse me. What about mint? Hey, it's time to go to Applebee's. Yes, that's my favorite emoji. The neighborhood drink of the month, or a dollar drink of the month at Applebee's, is Long Island iced teas. And I was supposed to go to Applebee's with one of my cousins like winter 2018, I think. And it never happened. But I'm home now. So I'm like, hey, they got the Long Island iced teas, the Lets. They got Lets. If you want to go to Applebee's and get Lets. Where is this deck? One moment. Give me 1 second while I find this so I can talk a little less distracted. That song has been stuck in my head. What is that song? It's by the Pussycat Dolls. It's the new one. Oh my gosh. I'm going to timestamp this so y'all can get right into the pool. Here we go. Goodness. I got the Vedic astrology cards, and I'm going to use the magical dimensions, oracle cards and activators, and the vice versas. So, and then these other decks I'm going to set aside for a second. So I was heating up my toaster pastries in the toaster. And I was on Bohemian Stars and Ocean Heart readings on her channel earlier. And she was like, oh, Mercury retrograde is about to go back into Aquarius. And at first I was like, I'm so over water retrogrades. I don't even know if I'm ready for Aquarius, because at this point, honestly, I don't even want no communication. But then I was like, wait, that's interesting, because I'm looking on, I use Time Nomad to track the transits. And I'm looking at it, and when Mercury went retrograde, it was closest to Neptune in Pisces. And then the sun slid into Pisces, so we had 3 planets in Pisces. Big old Neptune, who rules Pisces, so good luck with that. But then to balance that, we had like Saturn and Jupiter, both in Capricorn. Saturn loves Capricorn. And then with Jupiter being in Capricorn, it was not as strong as it could be. And Jupiter and Neptune play in the 12th house in Pisces land. So, I mean, like, if Jupiter was in Sag still, and Neptune was in Pisces, and Mercury was in Pisces, and then the sun slid into Pisces, maybe it would have been like, just like, well, with Jupiter being in Neptune, I feel like that brings good fortune. So anyway, so I'm thinking about it, right? I'm going to pull these first, and then I'll pull these. Do I need these? Actually, no, because I wasn't originally going to use these. I'm going to pull 3 for the energy in Pisces, and then 3 for the energy in Aquarius. Because I'm thinking about it, right? And I'm like, Mercury went from like getting really close to conjuncting Neptune. I don't think it ever did, but it will on its way back once it goes direct, right? The 10 of Pentacles on the top of the deck. There's oh snap, there's the Empress in the back of the Knight of Wands. I've seen these, I believe. Interesting. Man, I'm so sorry. See, this is why I need to just talk about one thing at a time. So Mercury is going to be heading back from Neptune in Pisces, past the Sun, which could have potentially given us a little bit of clarity. And then what is this? The 8 of Cups just slid out while I was shuffling, so I'm going to take that as whatever. Hey, Miyoshi. And so Mercury is heading back from Neptune out of Pisces. It's going up for air, right? It can see things a little bit more clearly. It has a little bit more, and you just slid in. Slide into my DMs. I said I want to see him. Who's sliding in your DMs, Miyoshi? Retrograde got people sliding people DMs that they ain't been in for a long time. Let me stop. Okay, so yeah, it's going back from Neptune where things were very like Mercury is in detriment in Pisces, I believe. Mercury doesn't like to be in Pisces because Mercury is really quick. Pisces is slow. Mercury has an air of clearness to it. Pisces is, ooh, oh snap, oh, ooh. This is interesting. Don't be talking, man. It just popped into my head when you slid in. I do say he trying to slide into them DMs. Got a DM sliding into you. Let me stop. Y'all see these? The Hierophant and the 8 of Swords just came out in reverse. So this could be a Taurian energy that's finally out of their heads and is beginning to see things a little more clearly. But not only are they out of their heads, like they're ready to start moving. And I don't know if y'all have ever seen a Taurus move. And I only got so much Taurus in my chart. Like I'm not 100% Taurus. But once I begin to move, because you're like a Taurus is fixed, right? Taurus is stubborn. But once like the bull's eyes are locked on something that they want, just like that red cape from the Matador, they charge at it and they're going to get it. So I feel like the blinders are off. My eyes are locked on to what I want and I'm about to go for it. Yeah, and then you said that. And my grandma said the same thing yesterday. We went to Planet Fitness. I've been home for a minute. It's like when I left to go on my mental, spiritual retreat, whatever, emotional retreat, whatever. My grandma stopped going to Planet Fitness because I'm her plus one. And then I was back for a minute. I'm like, so when are we going to Planet Fitness? And we went yesterday. I was like, today I'm only on the treadmill. I'm going to work on my cardio before I start trying to do anything. Make sure my heart can like take it right. And I turned up that incline. Usually I don't go too hard on the treadmill. I'm just like, I want a mile. I went 2 miles yesterday. We were only there for a hot second because We went to Walmart and she was taking forever. It's fine. So then we kind of ran out of time, but we're going to be there for at least an hour tomorrow. Um, but as soon as I got my heart rate over 150, I was like, wow, like I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really good. I don't want to stop. But then I was like, I don't know how high is too high. Um, but when I got my heart rate over like 150, there was just like clarity that started coming in. And like I had my headphones in, I'm playing my music. I'm kind of like getting into it a little bit, but trying not to be so into it that it's extremely obvious. But I want to be like, I'm having a good time. And I don't want to have to hide that. Um, and once I hit 150, it was just like, boom, clarity's in. I was like, you know what? There are some things that I could say that I won't say. But then after that, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. I'm gonna free myself. And then after that, it's like I come home. I've been waiting to catch up on the show with my brother for since I got back in like December. And it's now March. And we never caught up on that show. But I get back from Planet Fitness. I hit my heart rate. I was feeling good. I said some stuff I needed to say. I was feeling good. I came back like ready to work, ready to get the ball moving. I am like ready to go. It's spring. Mercury is leaving Pisces to get that breath of fresh air. It is breaching the surface. It's like at the surface now, like looking at everything that's still in the water, but it's about to pop up out the water. Going to be back in Aquarius. It's now like looking at everything that's still in the water, but it's about to pop up out the water. Going to be back in Aquarius. At the top is 17. What's this? The star? It's the back of the star. Aquarian energy. We're going back to the star. Hey, I love it. I love when the deck listens to me. Ooh, is this death in reverse? Yep. And then death in reverse. Or what that mean? I don't know. Interpret that as y'all will. And this another major in the Hermit. So we go from the star, the back of the star upright, because this is the front of the star, right? We go to the back of the star upright, from the back of the star upright to death in reverse, to the Hermit in reverse. I think this is the back of no, this is the front, to the Hermit in reverse. And then we have this King of Swords, which is more Aquarian energy, right? Fixed air. This is interesting. I'm going to stop here. Oh, girl. See, that's why you in reverse. Ain't nobody got time for you. Ain't nobody got time for you. Um, so in between all of this Aquarian energy, right? We have death in reverse and we have the Hermit. Oh. I don't like this. But it's interesting that the star. So Mercury is going to go back. Right. It was the Ace of Cups, Miyoshi. I think this is the back of it was the back of the Ace of Cups in reverse still. You can see the little butt. Somebody really been showing their butt. Um, but it's also interesting because outside of when Mercury goes direct again, I'm going to take this as when Mercury goes direct again because it's the front side of the card and it's upright, right? Here we got the back side, right? So this is that's the front again of the star. This is the back of the star. And so this is still the retrograde action. While it's retrograde in Aquarius, we have this death in reverse and Hermit in reverse energy. That is Scorpio and Virgo. Scorpio and Virgo sextile. So that's opportunity, right? So there's this opportunity for maybe something that we thought was dead to come back. Maybe something It's almost like with this hermit, it's almost like we killed it and personally buried it ourselves. We went through this whole little grieving phase, and now potentially it's about to like pop back up. Clarified, I guess, clarified by this Ace of Cups in reverse. And like between all of these, oh, I wish I had a decent setup. I'm gonna stop saying that because I have exactly what I need. But between all of these, like look at the sky, right? All of this is happening in the dark. But the dark is also where you see the stars. That's why on both sides of the star, it's dark, right? That's the Ace of Cups. That's why on both sides of the star, it's dark because you only see the stars at night. But look at all of this stuff going on in the dark. It's interesting. A Lazarus effects. Well, y'all know. And then we got. See, I'm done. I'm gonna stop looking at these cards. But you know, like Jesus brought Lazarus back. So Jesus is the one that resurrected Lazarus. So if something is coming back, it might be coming back for a reason. Might be coming back for a purpose. It might be divinely led to pop up. We'll see. So I'm gonna just give these one more shuffle because I touched them. Clear these out. I love blowing on my cards. It's like a Nintendo cartridge. Spirit is the essence of the breath. It's the life force. Cheeky. um. Oh my gosh, what was that? I can't even get to Easter is coming up soon too. Easter is April 12th, I believe. I just looked it up yesterday. And then we'll cut this here. Left with the world on the top of the deck. We're not going to talk about her. But brand new beginnings, major closings, white wind, spirit of breath. Oh my gosh. Is this the king? It is the king. The back of the King of Wands came out. This is Leo energy. So if y'all's dealing with the Leo, maybe some Leo type energy is going to try to come back. But more than that, I think this is going to be an opportunity for us to really take stock of where we sit internally, emotionally, and spiritually. Notice again, it's not this side that came out. It's this side. This is more of the stuff that's happening at night. This is all under the realm of the moon, right? On the bottom of the deck, because I feel led to it, is the Queen of Swords now. And she's also upright. Queen of Swords energy. That's Libran. That's justice. Oof. But yeah, I think, if we're going to be like, it's this inside out sovereignty, dominion, that we are having this reignition, springtime, right? It's a rebirth. It's the fire that thaws the ice after the long winter. Stuff like that. I don't even know why I picked these cards up. And Vedic in 13, the full moon will take place in Leo. Yeah, because we're in Aquarius right now. When is the full moon? I'm like, man. Well, no, it'll be coming up soon because the moon is in Gemini now, and the full moon will be in Virgo. So that's like what, 9-ish days potentially. But with this world card, I just feel like there's going to be an opportunity to do it right this time. So whether it ended the right way, whether it ended the wrong way, like retrogrades are all about lessons. And it seems like for me, I have these multi-part retrograde lessons on the 10th, 9th, or 10th. So that's 7 days. Is the moon in freaking like Cancer? Or about to be in Cancer? Probably. I don't know. Where's my phone? Hey Siri, where my phone at? I'm right here.
Just a sec. Sorry, I couldn't quite hear you. Could you?
Give me one moment, please. I don't know why I want to check where the moon is. Well, if the moon is about to be in Cancer, girl, I can't. I gotta breathe. Please don't give me no Cancer moon. 5:56. I looked at the nodes yesterday, and when I looked at the nodes, they were 5 degrees 55 minutes in Cancer, and the moon is still in Gemini, but it's 25 degrees. So by tonight, the moon will be in Cancer. So I'm hoping that when I get that conjunction trine, I'll be asleep. Because if not, I can't. Or at least I'm hoping that Mercury will be out of Pisces by then. But I don't know, because Mercury is only 26 minutes into Pisces. I'll look at that later. Anyway, see, I'm all the way off topic. I'm all the way off track, right? Hold on, y'all. Now the dog just ran back here. Okay. Um. So this was my line of thinking, y'all. I'm all the way off track. I shouldn't even touch these cards, but whatever message needed to come out came out. I think I'm going to be meditating over these next few days because I'm already eating a little better. I got to go out and get some more carrots and veggies and stuff. Right. I'm working out. Thankfully, and it was so funny because my grandma kept saying, "We're defeating the devil today. We're going to defeat the devil today. We're going to defeat the devil today." And then we did. Um, and I'm losing my train of thought. I'm sorry. I need to meditate more. Oh, see, why is this Mercury in retrograde right now? My Mercury is already retrograde in Pisces natally. It's already hard enough. And I thought I would be all right. I just been like extra spacey. But I was thinking about it, right? I'm just gonna close my eyes and focus. Um, and this is something that I've been kind of mentally tracking because Mercury went from being close, like a loose conjunction with Neptune, to heading back to the sun. So I was like, Mercury is all about communication. Mercury is the mind. Mercury is also like community, right? Especially like a local community, could be siblings as well. Also travel, like more like domestic travel, because Sagittarius would be more the international travel. But with that travel comes this like an exchange. Mercury rules commerce and trading and stuff, exchange, right? So there was this exchange between Mercury and Neptune. Maybe there's this piece of a dream, a piece of an illusion that we got. Or Mercury was like, it was a loose conjunction, I believe. I don't think it ever got within like more than like 4 degrees, I think. Because I think Neptune was already like 18, 17, 18 degrees by the time Mercury went retrograde. And Mercury went retrograde at 12 degrees. And so it's like Mercury got dangerously close to being like entrapped within this illusion, right? And then it had to go back. So the first planet that Mercury encountered on its way back, it was heading back towards the sun. So I was like, oh, so we're going to be getting some clarity maybe on something that we used to have a very, very deep emotional connection to, but it was slippery like a fish. Like you couldn't catch it. If you try to squeeze it, it like slips out of your hand, right? Very oily, very misty, mystic. I don't know why mystic. But it goes back to the sun. to get some light shown on it. But the sun is in Pisces, so good luck with that. And so it's like you think you see something, but what you think you see may have just reinforced the illusion, right? But Mercury is in the energy of the sun. It's almost like we have all of these like colored sheets of parafilm in front of the sun right now. So it makes like this kaleidoscope effect because it's in Pisces, right? With all these colors, and you're like, oh, and Mercury is like, oh, okay, well, this is like T because that's the sun, and the sun is the truth. The sun is the light, right? It's still in Pisces. Um, and so you kind of sort of go with it, right? And now as the sun is closing in on Neptune, potentially, now it's like we're recognizing and understanding some of the, it's not that we're seeing through it, but it's like, and I guess maybe this also kind of relates to the energy that's sort of been going around lately. Let me take, oh, you're good besides random body aches and pains. You find it funny that anime movie popped up when it did, and the characters' names, and even the ending. I didn't see the ending, but I was like, are they all named after stars? Like, I know for sure Sirius is, and I think Malta is. Um, and Mobius. I was like, well, that's interesting. Um, so it's like as the sun gets closer to Neptune, I feel like it's almost like this double filter effect. It's like this, right? So you can't really get any light coming in, but it's like you get these as it moves and gets closer, you get these pockets. Some things that shimmer more than others. And then you're like, whoa, wait, something isn't right. Something's going on. This is a trick. Ha, gotcha. You thought you got me. But it also, if we can utilize it and tap into it, it can be used to manifest things. And so it's like the sun brings light. And with it conjuncting Neptune, it can be bringing light to our dreams. And it's like our dreams are these things that are very far off. But with the sun coming closer, especially if there's like this alignment, and like even like I feel like it's like doing like it's like this, right? It might kind of be going back and forth, and it's like going really fast, but for a second they'll be like lined up before they start to split again. And so I feel like we might be seeing the paths and the roads to some of these things. We might be seeing actual opportunities coming in that are like, whoa, is this a dream? It's all energy, it's all relative, it's all ambiguous and nebulous. It all depends on how you use it, honestly. But that isn't even where my brain was going at first. We're not even, I'm talking about Mercury right now, not even talking about the sun. Um, but Mercury is about to leave Pisces. Mercury is about to get into Aquarius. It's about to get, it's like it's peeking its head over the bowl and it's realizing that there's a lot more that exists outside of the situation right now. And so maybe that's part of the reason why March. Maybe that's part of the reason. And what Mars is about to leave Capricorn soon too. Maybe I don't know why I say Mars. Where's Mars? Give me 1 second. Mars is in Capricorn. Is it about to be in Aquarius? Mars is only 18. I'm 18. Mars is only 11 degrees in Capricorn. It's gonna be in Capricorn for a second. But maybe that's why March is feeling so fresh. It's like we're this fish, right? We're out of the water, but we're on the bowl. And so we're getting this larger perspective. We're getting a perspective outside of the perspective that we know, right? Because Aquarius is the water bearer, Pisces is the fish. So we're still like, it's not that we're completely outside the fishbowl because Aquarius is the water bearer, but we're peaking, like we know that we're in the bowl now. And so when it's like Mercury is leaving Neptune and it's heading towards Saturn. Yeah, because Saturn is going to be coming into Aquarius too. So we're going to have Saturn and Mercury in Aquarius, it's not going to be tight at all. Okay, Miyoshi. Hey, son, Miyoshi, son. How was your day? I ain't trying to put nobody names out though. But it's like it's going back towards Saturn. Saturn is leaving one home and going to like its vacation home or whatever, right? It's going from Capricorn to Aquarius, and Saturn rules both of those. So, but I feel like it's going to give us this new perspective and this new ability to take those Neptunian Piscean things and to maybe, well, so we still have a lot of Capricorn energy, right? With Pluto, Mars, and Jupiter. Saturn is going to be on the cusp. And so maybe there's going to be this opportunity to dream it, communicate it, create it, since we're going back. Miyoshi-san. Miyoshi-san no musuko. Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa. Miyoshi-san no musuko. Musuko is son, I think. Eto. My Japanese is too rusty right now. um, but it's like with it being in an Aquarius, there's this. It has to yell, right? It has to yell because that it's like Mercury is going to be like 28, Saturn is going to be like 0, maybe 1. By the time, oh man, that means I have a Saturn conjunction coming up, a Saturn return. But it's like with them being in Aquarius, there's going to be this opportunity to take what we've learned from this retrograde, from this dream space, from this Neptunian Piscean energy. With Aquarius, we're going to be able to communicate it. And Aquarius is like futuristic anyway. Aquarius comes right before Pisces. So in a lot of ways, like I feel like Aquarius and Pisces sort of get along. And then with everything that's still left back in Capricorn, there could be this opportunity to actually start building it potentially. And so ultimately, what I wanted to come on and do was to pull 3 cards for the energy in Pisces, and then another 3 cards for the energy in Aquarius, and then just to see like where it all sits. Is that a Page of Cups? No, that's the Queen of Cups. Sorry I called you a page, Queen. Whew, goodness. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. And I wanted to use the vice verses because I like the vice verses, and I honestly have not used them enough. I'm going to give it a cut. Well, left at the top of the deck after the cut is the title card in reverse. I left the title card in this deck because it signifies mystery. Sometimes when I see this title card, it's like that's all you need to know. Like we're not telling you anything else, or it's not meant to be known. It's meant to be lived and experienced. It's a choice that you're meant to come upon because sometimes having insight into a situation influences, in some ways it influences the way that we act and the decisions that we make, but in other ways it's like sometimes we still end up at the same destination anyway. And then I think that's maybe where some people talk about the illusion of choice. And so maybe with all of this Neptunian energy, maybe the illusion of choice is a thing, right? Because Mercury is the lovers, it's Gemini, it's the twins, it's 2, it's this or that. And I remember like I've been seeing as I've been doing, maybe it was like the first decan of Pisces or the Pisces overview, when I was like, the point is the choice, the point is to make a decision. But it's almost like the choice is an illusion. It's a path that we've been on and a path that we will continue on. And I don't know. I don't know. This itchy throat, OMG. Well, say what you gotta say, Miyoshi. There's a truth begging to be spoken. Okay. I wasn't even gonna do all that, but I guess the title card said, no, do it again. I'll do 7. 1, 2, and I'll do top, middle, bottom. 3. Don't nothing fall out, please. 4. Oof, oh my gosh. 5. Oh, just saw the world. 6. Oh, that almost fell out. 7. So at the top, we have the 7 of Wands. But the back of the world under it. But I ain't taking that. This is for Mercury and Pisces energy. 7 of Wands. We have the back of the 5 of Swords, I believe. Happening at night. I mean, Mercury did start direct. And then the bottom of the deck, I'm going to pull this side. It's the 9 of Cups. This side would have been the one that was there, but I pulled it up this way. 9 of Cups, Piscean energy. Second decan of Pisces. That's where we are now. I don't know why I made that noise. I'm sorry. Man, I can't do nothing short. And then I'll shuffle it twice, cut, and then I'll do that thing 7 more times to pull it in. Oh my gosh, what card is this? Oh, that's a whole bunch of cards. Now it's the back of Death upright. The back of Death. Oh my gosh, it's Chino. The back of Death with the 10 of Pentacles. I'm not taking any of these. I'm just noting them. The 10 of Wands in reverse. The 8 of Pentacles. The Ace of Cups in reverse. But it's the front side. So I remember reading this, and this was interesting because there's like a holy man and a merchant, right? And the holy man has like herbs and oils and stuff, and then the merchant has like money. And I thought it was like, oh, the holy man is going to be good and the merchant is going to be bad because money, what? But actually, no, like they were both all right. And so I think this is actually like a union between the spiritual and the physical. Like, right? It's this transformation of both. And it's interesting that the back of this holds the sun. But it's almost like, for some reason, the way that this staff is sitting here, or this plant, or whatever this is, it almost looks like it's a street post, like a lantern. I think there's something that's going to be coming into the light. There's this union of the two, where if something is just about to make a whole lot more sense. And I think there was something that we've been given, something that we've come across or stumbled upon that we took for granted in a way because we didn't know the full depth and breadth of what it was or what it could do for us. And it's interesting because earlier it was like the front side of Death came out in reverse, right? But now it's like the back of Death is upright, with this spiritual and this physical, this earthly and this otherworldly, both offering something. Both offers are valid. And it's almost like, and I said this, I think in the March one maybe, where it was like there's this currency exchange between your spiritual coin and your physical pinnacle, right? And it's like, you're taking your spiritual coin to the desk to get turned one into this physical pinnacle too, but the exchange rate is like low right now because 5 U 6 7 because you, like, you're not operating in the potential as if it is. You're still operating in the potential as a potential. And so it's like you're giving someone something that could be worth something someday in exchange for something that is worth what it is now. Where it's like you have to make it worth something now in order to get what it is that you know it's worth. And so I almost see like that death, that transformation, that sun is like a trading post between the two, where the merchant comes and he brings his wares and his coin, his pinnacle, and then the spiritual man comes and he brings his lotus, his coin, his spiritual coin. And that transformation junction is where this whole exchange is taking place, right? It's like a currency exchange between the two. Whew. So at the top, we have the high priestess, the back of the high priestess, upright, followed by judgment in reverse. Y'all can't see that. There you go. Let me see. Followed by judgment in reverse. This is interesting because we move from the world to judgment. First, it was the back of the world. Now it's judgment in reverse. Then we'll take this one, which is the 9. Is this the hermit again? No. This is 11. This is justice. The back of justice in reverse. This is interesting. So far, we have 2 majors. Then on the bottom, I did look at this side first. On the bottom is the back side, I believe. No, this is the front. On the back is the 8 of Wands. And then this whole thing, I still have sitting out the 8 of Cups. And I don't think I showed this. I don't know. I'm feeling like really weird now. And I think it's the sun. Have y'all ever played Majora's Mask? Legend of Zelda? That's the one Zelda game I will never play in my life because that moon freaks me out. And having that 72 hour time period, it's stressful. It stresses me out. I've never even picked it up, and the game looks scary AF. But look at that. There's just something I don't like about that image. The 3 and the 5. The 5 and the 3. The ace and the 2, the 2 and the 3. I don't know. Something about this is just very unsettling. Um, because it almost, but like, oh, this is interesting. This is like an eclipse, but it's not a whole moon. It's a crescent moon eclipse. Y'all see that? Man, this camera is not going to do it justice. But at first, when I saw it, it was like both eyes are looking forward. But this is actually the profile of the moon. Like this eye is going because the nose is pointing that way. So like this is the profile, and this sun is facing forward. But it almost looks like they're both facing forward. So something is moving as it's eclipsing something. It's moving through, but it looks like they're both coming at you. But one of these things is just like moving through. The reason why I don't like this, like I feel like, oh, but this is the energy that we're in. Oh. Oh, now I'm starting to get sweaty. My forehead is getting itchy. I don't think this is. Yes and no. Because there is like a someone stalling someone. but someone can only stall you if you allow it, right? And I think that's very much the energy that we're in right now. There's an energy of allowance that is being twisted into a lot of other things. And it is a lot of other things, right? But ultimately, it's like what you allow. If you don't allow it, how would it exist? And this goes outside of, like a lot of family things and birth circumstances and situations. Because, like, if you're watching this, I'm assuming you're an adult. If you're not an adult and you're watching this, I did not mark these videos for children, so go find somebody else. um, but it's like there's these cycles. It reminds me of the karma card in the Witch's Tarot, which I almost used. It's like literally right here. Because in the karma card, it's an eclipse, right? But here it's only a partial eclipse. And so there's a cycle that's being either it's going to be reopened or oh wow. Okay. Um this is deep. I'm just going to move on to the cards because I don't want to say I don't have clearance to talk about what that is. I just I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm so over it. Anyway, I'm just going to continue. Um, this will be my clue to you. The longer I looked at this, eventually I saw it. And this might mean different things to different people. So I'm not going to say what I think this means, right? Because it might mean something different to you. But I had to look at it for a second. And now we're moving on. Okay. Hey, Miss Vernell. Oh, snap me Yoshi girl. I didn't even notice that part. See, I feel like we're all going to see something different in this. But ultimately, it's the Eight of Cups, right? It's walking away. And see, because like I'm looking at these, right? There's one, and then two, and then five, making eight. Also, there's three, and then five, making eight. Also, there's three and five, making eight. And so, oh my gosh, this is just so deep. There's just like so many messages in this one card. I feel like this could have been the whole thing. And like, remember when I started shuffling, like this was literally the first card that came out like half an hour ago. I could have just talked about this the whole time. Honestly. Um, I don't know. I wish the quality was a little better so y'all could like really get what you need out of this. This will be the free interpret card. That's interesting. Okay. So I'm going to move on to these Mercury and Pisces retrograde energy. So we're starting with the Seven of Wands. Is this the seven? This is the seven. Where the other six? Oh, we're starting with the Seven of Wands. And then we're moving to the Five of Swords. And then we're going to end out Pisces with the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Chalices. Chalices. And I'm going to read the book because I love reading the book. If I can read the book, I'm going to attempt to read the book. Y'all know how I am with the book. What is this? What did I open up to? The first card I opened up to is 18, the moon. I believe this is this side of the moon too. No, this is that side. I opened up to that side of the moon. Oh, okay. Hold on, wait. I feel like I almost remembered a dream I had last night. Because I was about to say, like, I've been seeing a lot of Egyptian influences. But then I was like, wait. Or is that just the thing I read yesterday? Because I know I read something about Horus, Set, Osiris, and Isis. But I almost thought I had a dream about it. I don't know. Yes, ma'am, will do. I got you. I got you. If I had a community tab, I would upload it there, but you got to be big for that. I'm just a little small fry in a big pan with a lot of oil, so you know that this it's a bit Mercury retrograde got me. I was gonna say with a lot of oil, so you know this thing is popping. Fun cooking fact that I discovered, by the way, if you have a lot of oil in a pan and it's hot, you probably want to put a lot of stuff in to cook for the oil, and you probably don't want to drop stuff in like one at a time because then the oil will pop you. But yeah, okay, so this side. Oh man, can I read this? 1 second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Okay. I'm just gonna read the bottom. I'm not gonna read the whole thing. When you get this side in a reading, the low stone is symbolic of a slight elevation in status, with an implied warning to not exaggerate its importance. It's a step up, but there's still a lot left to achieve. That said, you can take pride in having succeeded thus far. Let that pride feed your ambition, not your ego. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. And Mercury's been in Pisces for a minute. And I feel like since this is light and then it goes dark, I think that like this is when it was direct and then like this is like when it went retrograde. Right? And like pride has been a thing for me. It said, let your pride feed your ambition, not your ego. It is a promotion, but like, don't over exaggerate what it is, right? Because at first I'm looking at this card, I'm like, is this a magician or something? It almost looks like the magician in this deck. I mean, he only got one wand, but I was like, wait, is this the Ace of Wands? Like, where are the other six wands? But they're all down here, right? And so it's like, let pride fuel your ambition, not your ego. So I think we've been wanting more. It's like we've been getting these almost tastes of something more, especially with all of this Piscean energy. There's like, we've been dreaming about it. We can feel it. It's like right there. And I think it's supposed to be, there's an action that we're supposed to be taking towards it and not the other way around. And I've been feeling it the other way around. Like it's about to come in for me. It's about to do this for me. I'm going to keep standing here and it will come. And it's like, no, no, I am calling you. You need to step forward into this. Next, we got this side of the Five of Swords. The swords. I play shield and sword. Y'all ever watch Yu-Gi-Oh? That was Joey's favorite card. Shield and sword. Right, y'all can kind of see this. Sort of. Well, I got to be able to read the book. So to get this side, when you get this side in a reading, it says, assess how this side of the card makes you feel. Do you want to walk away from the situation, even if it means you give up what you have gained? Come on, son. Wow, I literally just had the sun helping me read for a second and then it moved. Oh, I can do this. I'm dumb. So let's see. Y'all kind of see this. Oh well. Do you want to walk away from the situation, even if it means giving up what you have gained? Or do you want to move on to the next battle? Both choices present challenges and require courage. So this is asking if you want to walk away from something or do you want to continue? Both choices are going to come with challenges and require courage. See, this is why this whole thing, I'm already over it. We got to go get it. Yeah. Ooh. Well, now it's the front side. So maybe we're going to continue. Well, it's in reverse. So, but this is the side that came out. Do you walk away or do you continue? Do you continue to fight or do you go on to the next battle? If you walk away, are you willing to sacrifice everything that you've gained in this to walk away? And with it being right next to the Seven of Wands, it's like, I feel like we have the strength to keep fighting. But then also, like, I remember talking about buffering off and on. Okay, well, YouTube is doing what YouTube do. So whatever you hear is meant to be heard, and whatever isn't heard wasn't meant to be horn. So, because this comes after the victory. The Six of Wands is the victory. The Seven of Wands is an elevation. It's a promotion in status after the victory. It's like you go from being a grunt to a rook, from a pawn to a rook, right? That's the promotion. And then the Eight of Swords, which is down here, is something else. Is the situation that you're in worth walking away from? I think that's the choice. And I remember saying, like, there's an illusion of choice. I don't like these cards. I don't like the questions that are being asked of me right now. But we're going to keep moving to the Nine of Cups. I'm going to try to speed this up because I've been on here for a minute. To the Nine of Cups, the Nine of Chalices. There's the Pentacles. The Nine of Chalices. So, with the Nine of Chalices, it says if you get this side in a reading, this is known as the wishing card. It is a sign that you will get what you wish for. And yes, you need to be careful. More importantly, don't squander your wish. What will bring the greatest, deepest happiness to you over the long run? Not just fleeting pleasure, but joy after joy your whole life long. Gosh. Am I back? They're needed. Well, like I said, we opened this up with the title card. So title card says, take it as it resonates. And maybe you're not supposed to know. Title card says, live your life. The answer will be revealed to you. So whatever sticks in this video, sticks in this video. Whatever doesn't make it, doesn't make it. Because the title card already told me I shouldn't do this. But title card said, stop here. But hey, so we go from the slight promotion, let your pride fuel your ambition, not your ego, to, is it okay to walk away from this situation? And if you walk away, like, are you giving up everything you've gained? Or are you going to keep fighting on to the next battle? There's challenges and difficulties with both choices, and they're both going to require courage. But it's almost like at the end of one of these decisions is a wish fulfilled. And like with the back of this, I feel like this is like spirit fulfilling the wish for you. So you really don't have to do anything. It's like, oh, congratulations, you've done the work. Now it's time to cash in those tickets for a prize. This is still active. And so, like I said, it's like, the sun is coming closer to Neptune. The paths are being made seen. And now it's like Mercury is taking this information and it's running back as close as it can get to Saturn. Saturn is the actualizer, right? Neptune has no shape, it has no form. Saturn, with its rings, can constrict and confine. It's like chemistry. Have y'all? Okay, well, not everyone in here is taking chemistry. So clearly they were like, nah. So in chemistry, there's this theory, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like, basically some reactions only happen because the things get close enough for them to happen, right? And so with Mercury running from Neptune, it's like when Mercury was in Pisces, it was gathering all this stuff, right? It was getting all this stuff, getting all the ingredients in the same area. And now with it running to Aquarius, where it's going to maybe meet Saturn, I mean, Saturn is like on the cusp anyway. So Saturn's going to get this. And then it's linked immediately to all that Capricorn energy that actually builds it. But it's like with Saturn's rings are going to close in around everything that's coming in. And it's going to keep closing in. It's going to be restricting until you have like this left. Hold on, wait, you don't see that? That, right? So we're going from this, like anything can happen to this, where it's like the things are close enough that everything can align perfectly. Right? Because it's like once it's like this close, then it's like all the reactions just start happening because you have this here. It's like these pieces click, those pieces click. Everything is like clicking, coming into place. Where like if it was wide open, like in Pisces and Neptune, like you have this over here and you have this over here. Like, what are the chances and odds that these are going to come together and click? Right? They can do this, they can do this, and then they do this, but then they do that. Right? But with Saturn's rings, it's like it's bringing these closer and closer and closer and closer together until they click and lock in the configuration that they need to. But it's going to require a choice. And there's an illusion of choice. The choice that you want to make is going to be made clear to you in very Neptunian ways. Thankfully, I'm a Pisces. My sun is in Pisces, and my sun is in Pisces. My Mercury is in Pisces. And like, I think my Mercury and my Neptune might sextile. I think they're sextile. And I try to set up where I can understand Piscean energy, right? And so there are ways that I can look at things that are happening sort of like outside of the scope. And I can kind of look at it and see I'm getting this information, I'm getting this information, I'm getting this information. Sometimes I'm getting conflicting information. And I'm like, what does it mean that this information conflicts? What does it mean that I can hear both things? What does it mean that this thing is coming back at this point in time now while I'm moving forward with something else? What does that mean? What do I need to see right now that I'm not necessarily seeing because I'm being bombarded, because I'm choosing to be bombarded by all of this conflicting information, right? Why now? Oh my gosh, that makes sense. Sometimes clarity just hits you and you're like, see, it's fine. I'm not even gonna go there. Sometimes I don't even be asking for clarity. It just happened. I'm like, I need to know that. I want to know that. Lilith in Aquarius / Pisces. Oh snap! This is Lilith. Lilith is the womb. Okay. Um, but it's like it's questioning. And I have a huge 12th house. My 12th house cusp is in Pisces. My first house cusp is in Taurus. So I got all of Aries in conjunct in my 12th house. So my 12th house is huge. I don't know if that's a good thing. I mean, I lost all of Aries in the 12th house, including my Venus. So, um, but it's like the choices, the things were being shown, the things that we're questioning. And that's why I don't like this. That's why I don't like this. But it in and of itself isn't insidious. I feel like I only feel that it's insidious because I know I can understand like how some people think and operate. And even myself, like I feel like if I wasn't in a space to be questioning things as much as I am right now, I feel like I would be a lot more confused. And that's why I don't like that. But at the same time, it's like, I mean, it's like, you go through elementary, grade school, high school, college. You take all the classes. Each class, you have a test. K2, what's up? Hi, hello, welcome. But it's like in every class, you have a test. You have an exam. Midterms, tests, midterms, finals. Every class, quizzes. You learn, quiz, test. Then at the end, when it's time to move on to something different, there's a certification exam, there's an ACT, SAT, there's like this cumulative, it's like it's part cumulative, but also like they're testing, seeing if you can build off of what you already have. And that's the space that we're in. But it's like, it's not just a test, like it's your life, right? I feel like we're past the point where it's like, oh, I failed this test, so I'm gonna have to repeat this again. I'm gonna have to repeat this grade and repeat that grade. It's like we're moving forward. We're gonna be continuously tested, and we're gonna be continuously attracting and continuously manifesting. And that's what this energy is, right? And so, for lack of a better phrase right now, the ghetto nun and my tripping or not tarot, it's gonna separate the mothers from the sons, the bananas from the banana peels. Because I don't know how else to put it. Um, but yeah, how you doing, K2? Did I miss anything, girl? I've been live for an hour and 10 minutes. So, yeah, it's been a minute. You're doing okay. That's good. How are you still recovering? Or are you like mostly fine? I don't know what's happening with the notifications, K2. Um, and I went live with my webcam today, so there was no third party app that I was using. So I don't know. You're waiting on results. Okay. But we're going to continue to pray that everything comes back clear and that you will be fine. I know that sometimes like stress does wreak havoc on the body. And once you begin to, even if clearing up those stressors causes more stress, it's like once you begin to resolve that stress, sometimes weird things just stop happening. Um, yeah. I think I can shrink this a little bit because ain't nothing going out that far. Okay. So yeah, that's why I don't like. Man, it's gonna be a fight either way. If you're gonna fight, if you're going to have to fight either way, why not fight for something that you want? Why not fight for the things that you actually wished for? Right? If it's going to be a fight either way, if it's going to be a challenge either way, if it's going to require courage either way, why not go after the things that you actually want? Why settle if settling is still going to be a fight? Why walk away if walking away is still going to be a fight? Right? Like the Nine of Cups is right here. Upright, by the way. But, this is very active. And it makes sense for the energy that we're in. It's a very active, like people talk about co-creating and like what co-creating could have been in the past is like I pray, I make my prayers to God and God fulfills my prayers. Okay, and now it's like, well, co-creating now is like you make your prayers to God and God listens and God sends you all of the materials and you build it. You IKEA assemble yourself what you get from the store, right? But when you assemble your own furniture, there's like a sense of satisfaction that you just get that you wouldn't get if someone else put it together for you, right? Or that's the story. Um, but yeah, K2, there was a whole bunch of stuff. You're at the point where you're ready to cry. You finally made a huge decision. I mean, if you want to cry, to release it, and to really feel it, then cry. Kicking. No. No lead. Okay. I was like, lead. You're walking away from so many people, it hurts. Knowledge. See, that's what I thought you meant. As long as I've been here, and by here I mean, I guess on YouTube, not posting content, but for the past year, I know that people say we come into these like purge seasons. where there are some folks that you have to walk away from. And I don't think it's ever not painful. I don't think it ever doesn't suck. But at the end of the day, if you know that what you're doing is what's best for you and for your family, then it's like the one thing about some people, though, is that they will see you suffer to maintain a status quo, to maintain an image, to fit a mold. Like they will have you suffer over actually being happy. And like it hurts, but at the end of I mean, personally, me, I have a lot of Taurus in my chart. And it's so funny. I just saw something earlier. It was like maybe like Aries, Taurus, Virgo, and some other sign. It's like one day they'll say that they love you and that you're the best thing that happened to them. And then the next day they say, like, hey, I don't think this is going to work. So, as a person with a lot of Taurus in my chart, I can see it. But it's like, okay, so you love me and you care for me, but you'd rather see me suffer in order to maintain something that is no longer working. At the end of the day, I got to make me happy. So, yeah. No edge, no into knowing. I love that. Yeah. And so it's like, I don't know. It's always difficult, but I'm praying for the best for you with that, with everything, just with everything. Um, there are like difficult parts that come into our lives. I think you missed it, but with this Five of Swords was a question of like, they said this side of the card asks you if you want to walk away from everything, even if it means giving up what you have gained. Excuse me. Or do you want to continue to fight the next battle? Both choices are going to require courage as they both come with challenge, right? And sometimes it's like, especially with people, especially in relationships, and maybe it's because I am who I am. But when some people are like, are you really going to walk away from me? Like, I gave you this, I did that. And it's like, if you're giving me experiences that I can get from literally anybody else, like, you give me hurt, you give me pain, you give me frustration, you give me headaches, you give me disappointment. Like, I can do all that for myself. I don't need anybody else to do that for me. I mean, I'm cleaning up my manifestation. So I inspire and encourage myself. I love myself now. Um, but in the past, it's like, if you're only doing things for me that are monetary, that can be like bought, then like, what are you really doing for me? Um, but that's just the type of person I am. So yeah, yeah. But see, if you walk away easily, then sometimes the real challenge is knowing when and where to stay. Yeah, yeah. Okay, now I'm gonna move on to this next row. So basically, K2, Mercury is about to move into Aquarius. It's coming out of Pisces. It's about to get a breath of that Aquarian, spacey, weird, and quirky air. And it's a next phase to things. For me personally, it seems I always experience retrograde lessons at least in twos. Like I'll have a part one to the retrograde lesson, And then part two comes where it's like the actual test. And if I didn't integrate or do part one, then part two would have never happened. But it's like I come up on this part one and I feel whatever. And then as soon as part one is over, part two hits. And I'm like, okay, so here's the real challenge. It's like you go from multiple choice where you can guess, like true, false. Is it true or is it false? To like essay questions. And you're like, wow, okay, well, it's already weird air. But I love Aquarius. Aquarius might be quirky, but they're unique and they're special. And a lot of Aquarians aren't cookie cutter. And I love that. Girl, K2, I'm going to say potentially. Is that what Mercury moving back into Aquarius is? No, maybe not. Mm. I don't know. I don't know how to answer that question. K2. I'll say potentially. I'll say potentially. Because I don't want to say yes. I'll say potentially. Are you feeling that new energy communicating with you? When did Mercury start? Mercury retrograde started around the 17th or 18th, I believe, of February. I believe. Miyoshi might know. Oh, no, with Aquarius? So Mercury is not in Aquarius yet. It's like 20 something degrees in Pisces and it's moving backwards. Not degrees, it's like 20 something minutes into Pisces and it's moving backwards. Let me see. Excuse me. So Mercury currently is at 0 minutes and 0 degrees and 24 minutes. So I'll bump this up a day. So in 24 hours, Mercury will be 29 degrees, 45 minutes in Aquarius. I did not click that. So between tonight and tomorrow, Mercury will be in Aqua. And Saturn will be 28. Well, we might as well try to see. Saturn is slow AF, man. Well, Saturn is far. Man. So Mercury is still going to be in. Wait, are they going to meet? Oh, come on, Saturn, come on. Nope. It's like right before Saturn goes into Aquarius. Mercury is already going to be back in Pisces, but Saturn is cusping Aquarius right now, so it's still going to happen. And Saturn rules both of them anyway. And if Aquarius is empty, then Saturn's influence is the biggest player there, right? But yeah. Not through movies and songs, but through dreams. I mean, shoot, go over there, Miyoshi. I'm almost done, and I'm gonna leave this up anyway, right? So, and maybe let me stop. I mean, but I would just, like pop in and see what she's talking about. See if she's dropping them hot jewels. But let's see. And I need to like wrap this up anyway. I'm basically done. AG. I know, but I always forget. Uh, uh, She was. Oh, snap then, girl. It's interesting times we're living in. Angelic guidance. Yep. I was like, why can't it come? Why is it not coming to my mind? Nubia news, angelic guidance. What is? Welcome to another beautiful, magical moment in mother time, y'all. I love her voice. It's something about her voice that I just adore. Yes. Oh, I wanted to pull those today, but I didn't. Why did I not pull those out? Hello? Welcome to another beautiful, magical moment in mother time, y'all. The energy oracle cards. In relation to this brand new energy, I'll give you all one of these oracle cards, one of these energy oracles. I will say, however, with the time that we're living in, sometimes if you want it, you just gotta go for it. Full stop. Oh my gosh. This might be for me. I'm sorry, K2. Because I just had a thought. I'll get that later. It's hiding right now. So give me a second. Ah. See, I've gotten too far out of the energy. Man, I don't know if I'll be able to shuffle my own mess out of the way. So I'm gonna, and these don't even want to shuffle. So I'm gonna shuffle these. I'm gonna hold them for a second. I guess I'll give you 3. Okay. Oof. So I have first chakra Archangel Michael. Michael's the first in reverse, financial constraints in reverse, and then contract upright. So it seems like with the first chakra is all about our. I feel like this is you. I'll pull this one for the new energy, and I'll read it after. So with the contract here, I am gonna dare to venture to say. Wait, what? I'm gonna venture to say that this is something fated. With a contract here, it could be a soulmate. I'm gonna say it's a soulmate of any degree, right? I'm not necessarily a TF reader, so I don't necessarily know like what's a twin, what's not a twin, what's divine, what ain't divine, what's a soulmate, what ain't a soulmate. But with the contract here upright, I feel like it is a good, beneficial type of agreement that was made between two souls at one point in time. That's what I'm gonna say. But what came out is Archangel Michael, first chakra in reverse, and financial constraints in reverse. So both of these speak to your foundation, right? And it speaks to your ability to move and to operate in your 3D physical life. And both of those are in reverse. Now, financial constraints in reverse is a good thing, right? There could be an increased stability financially. There could be some opportunities there. I know you said that you can't work right now, but maybe there's like some kind of supplemental, something that will come in and to supplement the what you can't do right now, potentially. Excuse me, but with that root chakra in reverse, it's like stereotypically the root chakra is like it's your foundation, right? But the root chakra is also our sense of like innocence. And the root chakra is where it's kind of where the inner child lives, right? And then the Kundalini energy, the divine mother creator energy, lives in the sacral chakra. So you go from the child to the mother, right? And then I guess you could say that the father energy lives in the solar plexus chakra because that's like the power and the drive and the do stuff. And then you have the creativity and then you have the child. Um, but you're working on a business. See, there you go. Financial constraints in reverse. But I think with that root chakra in reverse, this could be someone who's definitely going to help you see yourself in a new way, find yourself in a new way. Someone who is going to encourage and support you to the point where you can really begin to do it for yourself. And beyond that, I don't know because the contract came out, right? And so I know for me, like there was this one person who I met almost a year ago now. His birthday was actually yesterday, so happy belated birthday. But there was this person who came into my life who completely turned like everything upside down. Like I'm talking like fourth chakra opening up, root chakra opening up, sacral, solar plexus chakra opening up, even like the throat and the crown and the third. Like it was a complete overhaul because the dynamic that we had, it started with my heart opening, right? That was the first thing that really, it started with the heart. My heart opened up. And when my heart opened up, it changed the foundation that everything was built on. Because if you build from a closed heart, it's naturally just nasty and toxic and it's not going to be very sound and solid. And so when the heart opens up, then there's these root things that change. Your grounding and your stability, your foundation, the things you build off of, your default state changes. And once your default changes, the things that you create and the way that you go about carrying them out, that all changes. And once that changes, the things that you speak, the way that you speak to others, the way that you speak to yourself, you then begin to speak from this more aligned place. That changes. And when what you speak and how you feel and what you do changes, the way that you perceive things changes. And when you're doing all of this differently in this heart led space, you're open. It's like this complete overhaul, right? But contractually, what he did for me, even though I thought I was like, oh my gosh, is this like my twin or something? At one point, contractually, he came into my life to do all of that for me, and we still maintain contact, and we're really good friends. And I talk to him quite a bit actually about some stuff before I talk to other friends about it sometimes, which is kind of interesting. But he's just that type of person. But contractually, like that's what he that's what we did for each other because I also helped him with a lot of that too. Um, so we did it for each other. And that was kind of sort of like the extent of our contract where like we still maintain this really good friendship. And so, but in the moment, it's like to take it for everything that it is. So I would say like maybe don't put too much pressure on it. Accept it for what it is. If it is more, then you'll know that it's more, right? And then I do have this one card left here because I feel like I didn't pull for your actual. Um, but yeah, and so with that contract, it's like, especially upright, I feel like it's beneficial. It's definitely something positive that you're supposed to do in each other's lives because contracts are for mutual benefit, right? But what's here? Wow! So it's the broken heart, but it's in reverse. So I feel like there's definitely things that you do for each other. I don't know his history. I don't know his past. And then on the bottom of the deck is journey. Wow. Okay. So a broken heart and a journey in reverse. Well, they say we have soulmates of all different kinds, right? Right. Um, but with the journey, I think it's all about allowing it to unfold in the way that it's supposed to, right? And so with the journey, like the journey card came out, right? Not the destination card, right? Not point B. Point B, destination, Disneyland isn't what popped out. It's journey, it's road trip, it's the travel, it's what you learn and what you see along the way that really strengthens and develops it into what it's supposed to be. Um, and sometimes knowing a destination shifts and twists the journey in ways that aren't really beneficial for either person. And so I'm going to say take it for what it is and who he is and who you are and who you two are becoming and enjoy the journey together. Um, but uh, sorry, I have an emotive face sometimes and I can't really hide it. Um, but yeah, that's what I would say. Like it's all about the journey at the end of the day. Um, and now I wonder, what is this, girl? What's at the top? Ariel again. Ariel's been popping out all over the place. I do want to find this last card before I put these back, though. So that's what I got for you, K2. Oh yeah, definitely. Like, let it happen. Just let it all out, and no problem. Of course. Where's this card? Oh, don't tell me it fell in the box. Oh my gosh, the card fell in the box. I don't know why I thought it would be any other card, and it literally fell in the box. Oh my gosh. We're not going to talk about it. It's fine. Oh my goodness. See, I shouldn't have did this. I shouldn't have gone live. I should not have gone live. It's fine. We're all dealing with our own things. Okay? We all have issues. No one's life is perfect. Let me stop. What, Miyoshi? Yeah, I mean, like, also another thing is that, like, we're definitely in this era. I don't know why I want to say era, but it is honestly, it's like a new chapter. Um, we're in this space where I feel like everyone, like, we should be working towards each other. And so it has recently become my philosophy that I prefer not to do things, especially when it comes to matters of the heart, half-heartedly. And like if I give something to someone, I want to give it my all. I want to be all in, even if it ends up not working out in the end, because I feel like I'm watching the light come and go. There's this light right here from the window. And when I started talking, it got dark. But then when I kept talking, it lit up again. Okay, let me see. Let me see. Wait, why am I doing that? Bagua. Oh, snap. Well, there you go, K2 confirmation. And also for you, Miyoshi. See, we do these things. It's this alignment. That just happens. Family relations, core health, core. Ooh. Do 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 do. Yeah, it sounded similar, so I assume they were like the same thing, or at least similar, or based on similar properties and principles, right? Do we? How much longer on Mercury retrograde? I would have to look that up, K2. I believe someone said it ends around the 10th, maybe. But then we'll be in the post shadow until Mercury goes back to 12 degrees in Pisces. Um, so it's like in the sky, it looks like Mercury is moving backwards. And so it's like here, right? So it's moving, it goes retrograde. So, like, when it's moving to where it's going to go direct, like, this is the pre retrograde period, and then retrograde hits. Okay, so Mercury is moving, right? Then you hit the pre retrograde. Retrograde hits, it goes back. Mercury goes direct, it goes forward. This is all the post retrograde, and then it's like you're out of the retrograde. So I don't know. I'm not sure. I would have to look it up, but yeah. Direct the 10th, post shadow lasts until the 29th. So like all of March. No, see, K2, stop. Because if you end up, I don't even want to speak on what you just said anymore because I prefer for that to not become a reality. So it'll get better, girl. It'll get better. We make it better. We can make it better. I'm choosing to do the same. So I was there with you earlier, but now I've come to a point where I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna take it for what it is. I'm not gonna fight it, even though I want to. I'm just gonna let it go, and I'm gonna let it be what it is. See, that's another reason why, like, I like just being along for the ride and enjoying the journey for what it is. Because I feel like whenever we put labels on some things, it kind of stresses relationships because we try to make them fit dynamics, right? And there's a whole bunch of labels, honestly, that I'm ready to just drop because a label has never done anything for me, personally. Now, if I had a doctorate and people called me doctor, maybe, right? Maybe a label like that, like, but I don't know. I don't know if it's a label. That's a good space to be in. Never know. Okay, let me stop. All right, so now we're gonna move on to. Oh, I'm gonna have to timestamp this up. Well, at 143, we're moving back into Mercury and Aquarius. Um, so again, for Mercury and Aquarius, it was not this side. What? It was this side of the High Priestess, but somehow it ended up on this side. And I'm like, hello, no, girl, it was this side. Okay, maybe. Oh, because y'all see the two flames on this side of the card. And that's why when I was talking about all that stuff I was talking about, the different layers and the different levels of soulmates, or it could be twin something, divine something. When I was talking about all that, she was like, oop, let's hide them flames real quick. But it was this side. We have the back of the High Priestess. We have the back of Justice in reverse. And then it's the Eight of Wands. I think this is also the back. Ooh. This Eight of Wands with this Eight of Cups. Oh, 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 I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like this energy. Like I do like it, but it makes me nervous. More like a ghost or demon. K2. So we have the back of the High Priestess and the back of Justice. Why did they turn their back on us, y'all? Why did they turn their backs on us? Like, Spirit, where you at? The high priestess, justice. They're like, no, see, this is on you. This is all on you. I feel like this is all on us. And when now, like, stuff has happened up until this point in the retrograde. Some stuff has happened. Retrograde part 1 has happened. We're about to start retrograde part 2 when we slide into Aquarius. Now, from retrograde part 2, it's like, if you was lost and confused before, if you was begging and pleading for some kind of guidance or whatever before, potentially, you're really going to be lost now. Because it's like, man, I don't know. When Spirit said, oh, wow. Well, let me not look at that map, Miyoshi. At first, I was going to be like, let me look at it. I want to see. But now I'm like, you know what? I might be good. Is this another butt? Temperance. Back of the world. You're already lost, LMAO. LMAO. The Miracle Whip is disgusting. Okay, my battery is sufficiently charged. Give me one moment, please. Hey Siri, enable low power mode.
Okay, I turned on low power mode.
Thank you. I'm tired all of a sudden. I'm just like, maybe I'm feeling what Spirit is feeling. Spirit is just like, I'm tired. Like, you already know. I've already told you. It's like, you know what? You're not children anymore. If if our whole existence is a test, it's a growth experience, right? That's what people do. We grow, we adapt, we change, 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 we grow until we die. It's like at a certain point, like, even babies learn to walk. Able-bodied babies and neurotypical. I don't want to get into the whole privilege and able-bodied versus whatever. So at some point, we're going to have to come into some kind of autonomy, right? We're given the keys. Now we can either take the keys and drive ourselves. We can take the keys and wait, or we can give somebody else the keys and go wherever they're going and hope that they're going to a good place or a place that we want to go. It's about learning how to drive. I'm not accepting this energy. LOL, not the negative. Did you? Girl, I hope you ain't send me no Bagua map, because I ain't trying to know. Wait, where? I don't see it. Where? Software update. What? No. Oh, here. Please tell me you did not send me no Bagua map. Okay. Ooh. I feel like I should read this out loud. Wait, what? Oh, wooden. Brother number 3. In the low shoe magic square. Hey, that's me. Look where I am in this image that you sent me. I'm in the knowledge box. Ooh, what does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? This is where your room is. Oh, well, that brings good things to those areas, right? Not necessarily challenges, question mark. But I'm not sure. Okay, so we're gonna restart this at 1 hour and 50 minutes. We're gonna talk about Mercury in Aquarius. So we're going to start with the mages. The first one is number 2. There's the back of the magician. I've read the back of the high priestess before, actually. Here she is. This is the back of the high priestess. Do I see the connection? Making alter the grid. I'm gonna have to read it again, Miyoshi, after I'm done. Because I saw some of it. Yeah, like that last Dreams of Family, definitely. But I guess it's all family, right? Yeah, it's all family. And health. So yeah, I see it. Maybe it's time to move into a different corner. Am I in the knowledge corner? I need to be in the money corner. Who room do I gotta move into to get some money? Let me stop. But yeah, I'll look at it a little more closely later. Also, because I want to keep this live up, so I ain't necessarily trying to put all your business out there. um, but let's see. When you get this side in a reading, you have passed through challenging situation. Ooh. The first few words is you have passed through challenging initiation tasks. You've already passed the test. Well, okay. Well, you've taken the tests. You've already taken the tests. The time for practice is now. I will finish this, but yeah. So it says you have passed through challenging initiation tasks and have been admitted to the inner temple. Take some time to reflect upon what you have recently learned. Sit with any fear until it challenges. Girl, hold on, give me 1 second. I'm gonna put this card down so I can actually focus on reading this. Y'all see what this says? Okay, now let me actually read this because, oof, you dudes. I need to dedicate some more attention to reading this so I can read it a little more effortlessly. Yep, I feel the little breeze. I cleaned that up. I cleaned it up before I said it. I thought it, but I didn't say it. This is only temporary. These are temporary. These will be healed, and I'll be able to read like this pretty soon, and I have to be like this. Okay. So where are we? There we go. You have passed through challenging initiation tasks and have been admitted to the inner temple. Take some time to reflect upon what you have recently learned. Sit with any fears until it dissolves away. The 2 keys of knowledge are now yours for the taking: the gold key of worldly matters and the silver key of mystical matters. You have proven yourself worthy of the mysteries. I love this card because if y'all remember, is it at the bottom of the deck? Do y'all well, by y'all I mean Yoshi. But remember the back of the death card? There was the merchant and the spiritual dude, and I was like, and I've kind of been talking about it for a minute, honestly, that we've passed the test and we have the keys, and literally I've been saying we have the keys and it's time for us to drive, and we had the gold key of earthly and the silver key of the spiritual, the sun and the moon, the light and the reflection, the shadow. But I've been talking about spiritual coin versus physical pinnacle. And then the back of the death card came out. But I was like, it's this junction. It's the currency exchange counter where things are being transformed from one into the other. But we have to give our spiritual coin some weight if we wanted to equal a physical pinnacle, because a physical pinnacle is measured against gold, like worth its weight in gold. Gold is very heavy. So if your spiritual coin ain't heavy, then you ain't gonna get nothing. I mean, come on. Let me stop. I don't even know why I'm looking for this. This is fascinating. This is fascinating. The keys. I've been saying we've been given the keys. Shut up and drive, 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 drive. Going 0 to 60 in 3.5. Baby, you got the keys. So sit in the passenger seat is what some of y'all is doing. Let me stop. I mean, it ain't like I ain't been in the passenger seat. Let me not talk like, I'm driving. I mean, I'm like, I'm getting it's like I'm getting my permit right now. I'm taking my driver's test right now. So I am moving, but it's very, very cautious and slow. So I don't know where that death card went, but we're given the keys. Spiritual matters and physical matters. We have passed the test. Like, we don't need this no more. Hopefully, everything we needed to know, we already know. We're past it. We're past that. So then we move to the back of justice in reverse. Man, we making our own justice, I guess. Oof. Well, this ain't about street justice, right? That ain't the kind of justice we're going for. And if you are praying, this is a personal belief. I ain't gonna say this is Patrick. This is a Patrick moment. But if you're praying that someone else reaps some kind of karma for how they treated you, they might get their karma and you might get some karma for wishing it on them. Because that's not coming from a space of love. Oof. But maybe not. I don't know. Who knows? Like I said, that was me. Maybe it doesn't work that way. And you can wish bad upon other people and you're perfectly fine. Right? Maybe. I guess. I don't know. Okay. So to get this side, right side up in a reading, it says, okay, wait. Give me the page just flipped. It says, do not ever think that you can sneak around justice. You may get away with it for a time, but inevitably the truth will out. Wait, what? But inevitably the truth will out. Okay. It is far better to face it of your own free will than to wait and let justice choose her time to cast the verdict. Man, I was like so good with the last one. It's this lighting. I wish I could get it like perfect. Oh wait. So it's better to face it of your own free will than it is to let justice choose her time to cast the verdict. The situation is fragile and fraught with danger. Oh, that's it. So it's better to face it's better to face justice yourself rather than to. So I think in the reverse, maybe it's more of what I was saying originally. It's better to let people come to justice themselves than it is for you to wish justice upon someone else, because no one is perfect, no one is without sin. And so it's like, while you wish it upon someone else, you could also be judged for things that you've done. And if you feel that for a time someone was getting away with something, maybe that time is no longer. Honestly, I don't think it too much matters, because it's like you're about to leave this situation anyway. You're about to get traction and make movement anyway. You don't really necessarily have to too much worry about like what is or isn't coming for somebody else, because it's almost like the distance between the two of you is going to be justice enough. Oof. Okay. Well, that's what I got for that. And then lastly, but not leastly, is this 8 of Wands. This 8 of Wands. 8 of 8 of 8 of 8 of 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands. So it is the backside of this 8 of Wands. right here means I should really like download this or something. Something you sent out into the world is coming back at you. If you have been if you have been careful to only put out energy and activity that you would like to receive, then you don't have anything to worry about. But if you have behaved unethically, whether if you have behaved unethically, whether through word or deed, fix it fast. Pegasus will fix it for you. Pegasus. Pegasus. Ooh, I just saw you the other day. Wow, so that's what this is about. It's about to come around. If you got away with it, you got away with it for a moment. But everything is about to come around because you knew better. Everything is about to come back around. That's interesting. And I just watched Hercules. I did just watch Hercules. Like literally a few days ago because I watched it on the night of my birthday. I feel like that was clarifying a lot of what I was already saying, right? We have the keys. It's time to drive, sit in the passenger seat, or hand them over. That was first. Second was justice in reverse, or the back of justice in reverse, where, you know, some people may have thought that they were getting away with something for a time, but now justice is about to move. And it's going to move in a way that no one necessarily expects it. And when it comes, it's deserved. Okay. And then last, we ended up with Pegasus. If you've been doing good, good will come back. However, if you've been behaving unethically in word or deed, I love how they said word or deed, because it don't matter if you actually did it or not. That's what Pegasus said. But Pegasus is about to come back around. Coming back around. That's retrograde energy, right? And then when it goes direct, and then what did I have? I had the star, death in reverse. It was the star, the back of the star, the back of death. There was the King of Swords and the Hermit in reverse. And then the Ace of Cups in reverse on the other side. You did ask me that, and I guess you just discovered the answer. So there you go. Why is this video 2 hours long? I might have to actually like I might have to actually use some editing software one of these days and cut the relevant parts and upload them. But these will be the last two cards. So now I have the front. Oh, the last one card. Now it's the front of the High Priestess. I feel like this is coming out after everything I've said to remind you that you're not alone. Like, yes, you do have the keys, but you're not alone. And with this tower at the bottom of the deck in reverse, it's like there's no moment too difficult. At the top of the deck is this Nine of Wands. Oh, look, he all bandaged up. Wow. With the back of the Chariot. I remember this, the back of the Chariot, because you used to get this card all the time. But look, he's all battered up and beaten, right? And you see what's over there? 8 Wands. Pegasus came for this man. And I don't think he was doing what he was supposed to be doing. Pegasus came for him. Pegasus is coming. It's like how Paul Revere rode and was like, the British are coming, the British are coming. But it's Pegasus came. This dude is like, Pegasus came, Pegasus came, Pegasus came for me. I'm trying to warn everybody else, you better fix it up. But with this Chariot, it's like things are moving on without you, girl. If you get left, you get left because you could have been on it. All right, and I'm done. I've been live for 2 hours. I was supposed to do this work. I ain't trying to get left. So let me do the stuff I know I'm supposed to be doing because your boy got work to do. Is this the Hierophant? The back of the Hierophant in reverse with the King of Pentacles. I believe this is the back of the King. Nope, the front of the King of Pentacles upright. Taurian energy. Taurian energy upright and in reverse. That's interesting. I think that could be a stepping down from these major. That could be a stepping down from these major sort of. And then the Magician was sticking up. I think that's just like stepping down from these major sort of institutions, stepping down from major structures, organizations, scaffolds. It's rebuilding, it's reworking, it's destroying. It's like the old is falling to a tower and the new is being erected. But that's it. All right, so thank y'all. Who came in? K2 came in, Miyoshi came in. Miyoshi's still here with me. Thank y'all so much. I'm going to end this out with some of these energy oracle cards, I guess, because I have them out and I wanted to pull them. No, girls. I almost forgot. I'll do 2. I wanted to do 3, but I'll do 2. I'll do 3. Now, I'm not even going to say pick 1, 2, or 3. I'm just going to say 1 might resonate more for you, 2 might resonate more for you, 3 might resonate more for you. I almost forgot I wanted to pull these. Man, I've been on here forever. So I'm going to say these start at like 2 hours and 7 minutes. The oracles. Ooh. Cards actually want to shuffle lately. It's almost like I'm decent. Ooh. And then there's 3 cards right there. Okay, I'll take those 3. That was quick. So first we have number 21, Higher Perspective, the Cosmos Awakening in Unity. Can you see that? It's almost like a bubble. It's gorgeous. Higher Perspective. Definitely getting some of that. Number 2, we have number 31, Reflective Truth, Identity, Self-Love, and Acceptance. I love that this is reflective truth. I think that's a major clue. And then number 3, we have 24, which is Inspirational Creation, Alchemy, the Elements, and Innovation. So with this higher perspective, I think we're getting a grander knowledge of how things work. We're going to be open to more than we've ever been open to before. And it's going to be for us to really learn how to utilize that to our own advantage and how to not utilize it to our own detriment or to the detriment of others, right? And then with this, from the 21 to the 31, with reflective truth, this says like self-love, acceptance, and identity. I think part of this is in recognizing that, like, if the world that we live in is a mirror, as above, so below, as within, so without, I think this is a, with higher perspective and this, it's like a different level of mastery that we're coming into. And then with inspirational creation, this is all one message. With inspirational creation, it's like with higher perspective, we know what it is. With reflective truth, we get to learn how to use it. And then with inspirational creation, it's like we actually do it. Right? Because it's like, first, as within, so without. Secondly, you begin to really understand that relationship between your external world and your internal world. And then thirdly, you begin to change one to enact change in the other. And like I've been feeling like this is the time where masters are born, where we really have the ability to come into mastery over like what we do and what we don't tolerate in our own realities. Oh, I love talking about stuff like this. And this will be the last. Is this the promise? Is this the prom or is this exile? No, it is the promise. It's the promise. I think this is a point that we were always meant to reach. Now is the time that everyone's been waiting for. But now that the time is here, what will you do? And with that, I'm going to leave this off. What will you do? Thank you again for coming. And, oh, did I already put it away? The Eight of Cups, y'all. Oh, I'll send you a picture, Miyoshi. I just remembered. All right, have a great evening. Thanks again for stopping by. This has been another video that is way too long by me. If you've enjoyed it, then leave me a like, I guess. If you want, if you, yeah, you don't have to comment or share or subscribe, but I guess I'll take a like. I'll catch y'all later at another time in another place. Bye, y'all.